Yo, where my party people at? Aha. We pump the party up. We pump the party up. Pump the party. Kick it!
Welcome to the 4th edition of the CamelBak epic Camí de Cavalls 360 on the island of Menorca. A race with a unique format that includes different stages during 3 days and the events of trail running and mountain biking in pairs. More than 200 participants were a part of this 3-day adventure on the island of Menorca. The first stage started from the San Nicolaus Castle Tower in Ciutadella. The start of the participants' mountain biking was at 8:30. They had to cover 64 kilometers that already started with many stones on the historic horses road Camí de Cavalls. On the left we see last year's winner Isusko Barrenetxea with his teammate Roberto Garay. Both from the Basque country, they didn't want to miss out on this event. The format of this race attracts both national and international athletes.
We went here on holiday and we saw the path and we said that we had to come back and here we are.
Y volver a vivir la experiencia que si repetimos por cuarto año es una experiencia genial.
Stones, sand and wind were the elements the mountain bikers had to face during the first stage. 15 minutes later, the 45 trail running stage began, with the Menorcan pair Alex Urbina and Javier Pons in the lead. The second place was formed by Roberto Garay and Isusko Barrenetxea.
I'm a little over the top, but you always bring the worst out of me. Maybe I should have stopped.
The first feed zone at the Artruch Lighthouse, where runners and family warm up their engines for the Experience 360 start. Also a trail run stage, but with less daily distance. The competition in pairs encourages fellowship. There must be an extraordinary physical connection and mutual caring during the stage. On the first day, the participants faced a route through the south part of the island with some technical areas that forced to put a foot on the ground. The historical Camí de Cavalls served as a defense of the island and misleads when it comes to its difficulty. Although it's a short distance with little gradient, the kilometers go by slowly. Here, following the leaders of the mountain biking event, Ismael Ventura and Oliver Avilés, who were heading full gas to the stage's finish line in Es Migjorn. This competition encourages the respect for the environment during its entire itinerary, on and around the Camí de Cavalls. The bikers Ismael Ventura and Oliver Avilés took the first stage's victory in Es Migjorn after leading the 64 kilometers. Unstoppable from beginning to end, the Menorcan pair Urbina Pons crossed the finish all by themselves after 3 hours and 34 minutes of effort. Don't miss out on one of the best humane stories that happened during the race. It occurred after the finish of the second pair and with Roberto Garay as its protagonist. Dino, the speaker of the race, gave him a gift that came from home, from Sopelana in the Basque country. This is what happened.
Coincidió pues que justo yo sabía que hoy a la mañana pues mi mujer tenía la prueba de embarazo, ¿no? Ha sido yo digo, no el ultra más largo que he corrido porque es un proceso que llevamos, da igual la gente no sabe, pero bueno, llevamos 4 años intentándolo. Yo ayer también fui a su playa preferida a Calatorre, le grabé un vídeo, le di ánimos. Y pues, me emociona aquí. Y nada, y la verdad es que no me lo esperaba. Yo esperaba, pues ya me decía, no, el lunes te lo digo de cara cuando vuelvas. Y yo decía, no, te llamo hoy, me lo dices. Y la verdad es que cuando me ha dado Dino el regalo así, que no sabía lo que era, veo así como un casco de bombero, digo, ¿qué es esto? Es para mí un alivio. Yo ya, el premio para mí no es ganar la carrera, ese sería un aliciente, pero el premio yo ya lo tengo, o sea que muy contento.
In the afternoon, a technical talk on the second stage took place. Also, the prize and gifts-giving ceremony closed the epic Camí de Cavalls 360 competitions day. This is how the participants warmed up before starting the second stage. You can see how amazing things happen before, during and after the races at the epic Camí de Cavalls 360. Second day between CamelBak and Es Mercadal, with the Queen stage consisting of 71 kilometers for the cyclist and 57 for the runners. Again, many stones at the start of the route, a situation that gave advantage on the more technical parts to the riders with double suspension, as were the leaders. The stage of the Experience 360 category started from Cala Pilar, a day on which the participants had to cross an area on Menorca known as Mordor, due to the difficulty of the road between Etzalox and Calabarril, short and very steep hills. It's the toughest part of the Camí de Cavalls. The technical and wild terrain of the second trail running stage was beneficial for the characteristics of the Basque runners Barrenechea and Garay. They leaded the race from kilometer 16 and left the Menorcan leaders behind and losing quite some time. We'll see if it's enough to maintain leadership until the end of the stage. The wind was favorable through the area of Cavalleria, where the riders helped among each other.
Poc en poc, ja arribarem. Anem menjant, bevent.
¡Vamos, coño, vamos!
¿Qué?
Joder.
¿Cómo estás?
De puta madre.
Fantástico. Paraje sin igual. Como cada año. No defrauda, no defrauda.
This warm day required proper managing of the water. The fact of running next to the sea and its salty residue implied having to increase hydration and taking that into account at the feed zones. Second consecutive victory of the leaders in the mountain biking event.
El día ha sido brutal porque aquí en Menorca te dicen una carrera de mountain bike, te imaginas algo suave, que no va a ser muy duro y es impresionante lo duro que es técnicamente, físicamente. No hay un momento de descanso y yo he corrido carreras de los Alpes, los Pirineos de las más duras y una etapa aquí y no tiene nada que envidiarles.
It could have been the news from the day before, or his quality at the more technical zones, but Roberto Garay and Isusco Barrenechea cut down 9 minutes from the leaders and won in Es Mercadal. The last stage would be decisive for the overall victory. We're on the bus with the participants heading to Mao, location of the start of the third and last stage of the epic Camí de Cavalls 360.
Sad about your future. Waiting to hear from your brother.
And after having sun, wind and heat, rain also appeared during the last day of the epic Camí de Cavalls 360. We witnessed the mountain bike start, where the team formed by Ismael Ventura and Oliver Avilés were on the way to triumph despite technical and physical issues. The trail running stage was much more exciting. The leaders Alex Urbina and Javier Pons, here they are, had to defend a 1-minute margin during a rather technical stage hardened by the rain. You can see how things happen during the race that don't occur in other competitions. The third stage between Mao and Es Mercadal of 50 kilometers both for the runners and mountain bikers, in which some riders crashed. Off to the finish line in Es Mercadal, where the cyclist Ismael Ventura and Oliver Avilés obtained their third consecutive victory, and therefore also the triumph to the general classification. The trail run victory remained at home, as Alex Urbina and Javier Pons finished in first position.
Una pasada, ¿eh? Yo es la primera que hago así por parejas y la verdad que si tienes uno ahí que te tira y tú tiras a ratos, ahora la próxima vez creo que me voy a coger uno que tire menos que yo, ¿eh?
¿Uno qué?
Uno que tire menos, porque macho, qué cabrón.
The Frenchmen Thomas Janichon and Benjamin Molins won the 3 stages in the Experience 360 category and therefore also its general classification.
Ponte atrás, delante, ¿qué hacemos? Pero bueno, al final...
Y hasta que ya cada uno encontró su función en el equipo y tal, pues luego ya todo rodado, ¿sabes? Ha sido un compañero ideal.
Perfecto.
And it was nice to share this with other people.
Yeah.
Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Yeah, the Spanish people is nice.
Yes.
De paso quisimos hacer un reto personal y hacer una ayuda con más solidarios, que es contra el cáncer de la leucemia infantil del Hospital Sant Joan de Déu. Es un campeón y gracias a él yo creo que hoy hemos conseguido esto, porque si fuera por mí, de verdad que no hubiera tenido valor.
Thank you for choosing the CamelBak Epic Camí de Cavalls 360. Take care and see you next year.